7:05. Thank you for your company this morning. Howard and Tony with you until 9. Our top story, the RSPCA is investigating graphic footage of the Ledbury Hunt's hounds appearing to kill a fox. The Hunt says it regrets the attack at Eldersfield in Gloucestershire last month, but insists it was acting within the law. This is a clip from the video posted online by animal rights activists, the Hunt Saboteurs Association.
Leave it! Oh, for God's sake, you're barbarians! You really are sick of the head!
Ian Beaumont is from the League Against Cruel Sports. He's their campaign director. Mike Foster, the former Worcester MP who published the private members' bill to ban fox hunting back in the 1990s. It came into force in 2005. Welcome both to the programme this morning. Ian, if we can start with you, your reaction to the video you've seen.
Oh, it's absolutely shocking, and sadly this isn't an isolated incident. This type of occurrence happens frequently, and anybody who watches this video will be as repulsed by it as I am. It's appalling.
It is very graphic, and obviously bearing in mind the time of day we're talking about here, we'll temper what we're saying, but there is no indication though on the video, watching the video, that the hounds actually killed the fox. Sure, they have the fox's carcass, but there's no evidence they actually killed it.
Well, as you say, the RSPCA are determining if the ground prosecution, and the results of the post-mortem of the fox are being withheld pending decision. But even if they didn't kill the fox, that you could obviously see that they attacked it ferociously, and we understand that when the animal was retrieved, it had been effectively emboweled.
Mike, if you just get into the conversation here, you tabled the white paper. What's the position in this situation? If they did happen upon the fox and the hounds killed it, what's the situation with the law?
Good morning, Howard. First of all, I mean, the video that you described is exactly the reason, the motivation why so many people in this country wanted to see an end to hunting with dogs. In terms of what the law says, they don't have to have the intent to go out and kill a fox for a prosecution to be more successful. Now, what could happen if a pack of dogs follows an artificially trail, something we would all want to see because we want people to enjoy the countryside, and we have no objections to drag hunting following a scent. If a dog or a pack of dogs went off accidentally and chased and killed a fox or any other wild animal, domestic or wild, then that is very regrettable, and it makes questions about the control that the hunt exercise over the dog.
But is it breaking the law?
But itself wouldn't be illegal, no.
Right. If I just read you the statement we've had from the Hunt, we did invite members of the Ledbury Hunt to come to the show. They turned down our request, saying it believes that the Hunt Saboteurs Association is trying to draw our attention to a non-event, maybe something Ian you react to in a second. But if I just read the rest of what they said to us, its spokesman Donald Hayden said hunting activity carried out by the Ledbury Hunt is conducted within the law, and there's absolutely evidence in the video footage suggests in any way that a person associated with the Ledbury Hunt was in breach of the law. He goes on to say, examination of the footage indicates the fox was killed very quickly, and whatever others might claim, 95% of the filming appears to be of hounds with the dead carcass. The RSPCA says it's investigating. We're going to hear from Hunt Saboteurs Association later, but from what we're saying there, and it could just be, Ian, that they happened on the fox. I mean, it's just one unfortunate wrong time, mate.
That footage couldn't claim it to be a non-event. You're seeing a group of hounds viciously attacking a fox in plain sight and tearing it apart. Also, this isn't an isolated incident. This is happening all the time, and it's not just the attack and killing of foxes. Hounds are running onto main roads, being run down by cars. They're falling and killing cats and other pets in people's gardens. There's an incident of a fox in front of children. And they may always be classed as accidents, but how many accidents do there need to be before the hunting community takes responsibility for the evidence that you see in this video? And
I mean, Ian's absolutely right in pointing out that, you might say, an accident is fortunate, but once you get to 3 or 4 instances where these so-called might be occurring, then of course that begs questions that the hunting community have got to answer, and that's why it's important that the law is in place, the law is kept in place, so that people like the RSPCA can conduct those investigations, and if they're found that the hunt have indeed acted illegally, then yes, they've broken the law, and they're taken to court and prosecuted. That's exactly how the law was intended to be, and that's what should happen if the law has been broken in this case.
I mean, the Ledbury statement, I mean, they do say it's regrettable, which sort of leads you to think that they may well have killed the fox, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's illegal, though, does it? This is the point we're trying to establish here, Mike.
That's a difficulty, because we don't know the sort of build-up to the event itself, and that's the crucial bit that's missing, and that's why, they're if you were being kind towards the hunt, you would say yes, it was, it could well be an accident and they're not acted illegally. If the hunt were trying to pull a fast one, then that's a different matter, and they could be saying, oh well, it's one of those things, we came across the fox, when they may have intended that to happen, and if that was the case, then it's when the full force of the law down upon them.
Ian, from your experience, are hunts going out killing in the old style illegally?
Absolutely, they are. There were 237 convicted individuals under the Hunting Act in 2011, and that up to 2011, and that doesn't include the 212 figures. So it is still going on, and videos like this show why it should be banned, which it is.
Chaps, we'll leave it there. Thank you. Ian Beaumont, the League Against Cruelty campaign director, Mike, the former Worcester MP, published a private member's bill to ban fox hunting. Your reaction to that, you'll be able to find the video up on YouTube if you want to actually see it for yourself. It's pretty graphic though, so I do give you a link before you start clicking onto that. Reaction to what you've been here, 0845 300 8181. Maybe you are a member of Hunts and you want to put your side of things. Say we invite Ledbury Hunt to speak to us on the programme, turned down, but did send those states through, and then we'll hear from the Hunt Saboteurs Association and hear what they think of the story after 8. Lee Moon is from the Hunt Saboteurs Association, who posted that video online. Lee Moon, welcome to the programme this morning. According to the Ledbury Hunt, you're bringing our attention to a non-event. What's your reaction to that?
Of course, because they don't want this kind of publicity. I mean, I would ask anyone to watch the video for themselves on our website, and they would clearly see that, accident or not, and we don't believe this is an accident, things like this shouldn't be allowed to happen. I mean, as the person on the video said, it's barbaric.
It's what you believe to be. I mean, the Ledbury Hunt is saying that 95% of the filming appears to be of hounds with the dead carcass. There is no real proof that they killed it. I mean, you could sort of make an educated guess that they might have done, but if the fox is in the wrong place at the wrong time, what do you expect dogs to do?
Well, they shouldn't be carrying out these activities where these so-called accidents can happen, because they're obviously carrying out high-risk activity, so whether it's an accident or not, it still becomes their responsibility. But one suggestion I would make, if they are going to carry on trail hunting and they don't want these accidents to occur, is they could muzzle their hounds, and then even if they did get onto the scent of a fox and catch up with the fox, they wouldn't actually be able to rip it to pieces as they have done on this occasion.
But again, there isn't direct proof either, do you?
No, but I do believe they do, and our saboteurs who were on the ground that day believe that the events leading up to that situation would make it almost certain that the Ledbury Hunt did do that. And I would also just like to point out that Will Goff, who is the Ledbury huntsman, in 2008, when he was the huntsman of the Minehead Harriers, got convicted of illegal hunting. This isn't the first time this has happened to Will Goff.
Well, we haven't got Mr. Goff here to answer the charges, so we'll just talk about the Ledbury Hunt in general, if we may. The hunt was acting within the law. And we're talking to Mike Foster, who actually brought the law in back in the 90s. I mean, you could be accused of harassing people yourself here. I mean, they're following a legal country pursuit with a long tradition, and there's you chasing them around the countryside.
If you believe that they were hunting within the law, we don't. We don't believe that on that day the Ledbury Hunt were hunting within the law. We don't believe this is an accident. So we feel that, yes, we feel the police should be enforcing this law. We feel the Act needs to be tightened up. But in the meantime, yes, when we believe that laws have been, members will proudly stand out there and try and stop them breaking the law.
What is your relationship with the police on these sort of occasions? So you've got the hunt running around the Gloucestershire, Worcestershire, Herefordshire countryside. There's you chasing the hunt. What do the police tend to do in these situations?
They tend to try to stay out of it, to be honest. It's quite understandably, it's not a police priority, although when we ring up reporting illegal hunting, I do believe should be there acting it. The hunts know that the police don't see the priority, and they also that the law on hunting is a muddle, and the hunts are used for their full advantage.
When you say muddle again?
There's loopholes within the Hunting Act. You need to be an expert on hunting to look at some footage or watch a hunt taking place and know whether a law is broken. We are experts on it, and we know that they were breaking law, but unfortunately for the average policeman, they believe what the hunt tells them. They are the issue.
Let me just read you the statement we have from Ledbury Hunt, and I'll get a final reaction from you. We did invite a representative of the Hunt to speak to us. They turned down our request, but they say Saboteurs Association are drawing our attention to a non-event. Donald Hayden, who's their spokesman, says all hunting activity carried out by Ledbury Hunt is conducted within the law, and there's absolutely no evidence in the video feed that suggests in any way that any person associated with Ledbury Hunt was in breach of the law. Examine quickly. Whatever others might claim, 95% of the filming appears to be of hounds with the dead. Mr. Moon.
I would again ask your listeners to go on our website, the Hunt Saboteurs Association website, and watch the footage for themselves and decide. It's a shame that no one from the Hunt actually had the courage to come onto your programme and debate this with me. And we fully believe that they were hunting illegally, that they do regularly hunt illegally, and that hopefully that a prosecution will come from this.
Thank you. Lee Moon from the Hunt Saboteurs Association. The RSPCA says it's investigating to see if there are grounds for prosecution under the Hunting Act, but wouldn't comment any further on the matter. Maybe you've got some direct experience you might want to share with us this morning. 81333. If you're texting HW to start your messages, you can call us as well. 0845 300 8181. Kathy, who's listening to us, says a complete ban on hunting. This is a farce every winter. Yes, we know it's an old tradition. My family did it. They knew no better years ago, says Kathy on her text 81333.